Nursery rhymes really creep me out. Jeepers Creepers stars Justin Long, Gina Phillips, and is directed by Victor Salva. So what's up, guys? It's requested review time. Another movie that I constantly get requests for is Jeepers Creepers. So I've been looking forward to reviewing this one. I haven't seen this movie since I believe it first came out on video. And I remember it's one of those movies I really loved, but I just never got around to watching it again. I'm sure you guys have had movies like that in the past, and you're like, why in the hell have I not watched this since? I really enjoyed it the first time. So yeah, so I finally watched it again, and I have to give a quick shout out. This Blu-ray you see right here was actually sent to me by a friend, Anthony Treza, on Twitter, or Shreks. But yeah, he sent me this a couple months ago, and I've been meaning to watch it and get a review on it, so I just had to say thank you again, Anthony. I really appreciate this. This is just awesome. And also one more shout out, Emilio Gasca. He is a friend on Instagram, and he just out of nowhere drew this really nice picture that is Michael Myers inspired, because we're in the middle of 9 Days of Myers on Killer Flicks. And so I've been posting, pictures from that every day on Instagram. He drew this picture of me that you see on the screen now, and I am Michael Myers, and Dr. Loomis is next to me. But as you can see, he's a great artist, and I just had to give him a shout out. This is so freaking cool. And that's just another thing about this whole YouTube experience. I have met so many cool people, so many great friends along the way, something I never expected. So anyway, thank you, Emilio. Appreciate it. Now, let's get on to the review. Jeepers Creepers. Now, Jeepers Creepers is one of those, what I call road horror movies. I love road horror movies. They're just really fun. I mean, Joyride is a really good one. And of course, The Hitcher, which is an all-time classic from the 80s, starring Rutger Hauer, one of my favorite horror characters ever. If you've never seen the original Hitcher, not the remake with Sean Bean, the original, definitely check that one out. But yeah, road horror movies, I love them. And in Jeepers Creepers, it opens up immediately with Trish and Derry. They are on a road trip. They're just out in the middle of nowhere. You know, they're not on the interstate or anything. And I love these movies that are set just out in the middle of nowhere on the road, and you don't know where the nearest gas station is, and anything can happen. And so this crazed lunatic in this badass looking old truck behind them starts beeping his horn and passing them, and right away you know that you're in for a ride, literally. So in the meantime, Trish and Derry, they're in the middle of this road trip. They pass this church and they see the creeper dropping off these dead bodies down this pipe. So Derry is the guy with the conscience, played by Justin Long, and he says, we gotta go back. These people could be alive. I want to see if they're alive.
Because this is why girls are smarter, okay?
Look in the pipe. If there's nothing there, nothing we can do, we just drive on home and call the cops. And you know that's what we should do.
Well, should I do?
And of course, Trish, to me, she's us, because there's no way in hell I would go back. But Trish caves into her brother, and they go back and look down there. And really, that is where this movie kicks into high gear, because once he goes down that pipe, it's not gonna be good at all. Now, I gotta say, the first thing that really works about this movie so well, and it's always important in a good horror movie, is the characters. Trish and Derry, they're brother and sister, and their chemistry with each other is so palpable. It's so great. They're like brothers and sisters. They constantly fight, they bicker with each other, but underneath all that, you can tell that there is a deep love for each other. And that is just a constant throughout this whole movie. They keep you entertained. Even when the danger is not on screen, you are still entertained because you really enjoyed them as characters. And so when Derry goes down this pipe, and you know that he is in danger, you just care that much more. And also, I have to foot stomp Justin Long. He really reminds me of Michael J. Fox a little bit in his mannerisms. He's just a very charismatic and natural actor. That's not something that you see in every young actor these days. You know, most of them, they feel like cardboard cutouts, but Justin Long, he has that little something extra. And you will know exactly what I mean when you watch this, or if you've watched any of Justin Long's other movies. He's really a great actor. And also, I gotta give credit to Gina Phillips. She is also excellent in this. And really, I don't think I've ever seen her in any other movie, but she plays off of Justin Long so well. And thinking back to when I first saw this, that was the first thing that really jumped out at me, was their chemistry with each other. It didn't matter to me how big of a threat the Creeper was. And he is a major threat. But yeah, even without that, they are just screen magnets, really. Next up, I gotta talk about the Creeper. To me, this is one of the most interesting horror icons that I have seen probably in the last 15 years. And director Victor Salvo does such a great job of not giving you that much about him. When this movie is over, when those credits roll, you don't know everything about the Creeper, and that really just adds to his mystique. I've always said that when you're dealing with horror characters, it's not good to give everything away. You want to give just a little bit, if anything at all, really. Sometimes nothing at all is even required. Look at the first Halloween. But to me, the Creeper is just so interesting because he's not even human. He could be anything. The one key factor here is that he eats people, and whatever part that he eats, that's what he grows. If he needs the leg, he eats the leg off a victim and he grows a new leg. And the whole song Jeepers Creepers, that's just a part of the whole lore of him. Once you hear that song, then you are up shit creek. And on a side note, every time I hear those nursery rhymes in horror movies, it just adds something a little extra to it. It just makes it a bit more creepy. And also the Creeper has just a really cool look. He looks like he's part vampire, part demon. You know, he's got a signature look to him, and I think that's important for a horror icon. Now, some could nitpick and say that this movie isn't for everybody. It does have some really disturbing imagery in it, but to me, that's not a con. For a horror fan, that's a huge bonus. And it really does have some really creepy stuff, and I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to give any spoilers. But in the end, guys, I'm going to give Jeepers Creepers a high purchase worthy. It is a unique film. It is a great horror movie. You will have a blast with this movie, honestly. So what are your thoughts on Jeepers Creepers? Looking forward to hearing them. Also, we are in the middle of 31 days of October. I've already had 2 weeks worth of guests. Week 3, I'm gonna be dropping on Monday with some new guests. So look out for that, and make sure you go back and check out week 1 and week 2. I had some great guests on there. Also guys, one more thing before I go. I recently did a marathon on 6 of the Halloween movies. Pretty much from the first one all the way to Resurrection. And I got such a positive response from that. It was such a cool experience. And it was really nothing that I planned. I was gonna actually just watch the movies one day because I was off of work. And I thought, hey, I'll document this. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful scene too. You know, you get that last little moment with Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, and then she ends the whole madness. Bam, just like that, done. A lot of you guys really enjoyed that, so I'm gonna start this new series called Drumdums Watches, where I might watch, say for instance, Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, because I didn't do those. So maybe I'll do just those 2 movies, and I'll do a vlog style video along the way. And you know, I could do that with 1 movie, I could do that with 3 movies, whatever. But I'll call it Drumdums Watches, try it out and see if it works out. I'll keep doing it if you guys like it. But I just have to say I had such a blast doing that. It was a lot of fun. Also, make sure you join the Killer Flicks Facebook group where we talk horror all day, every day, especially in October. Like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, and Drumdum out.